My name is MAREN SELL. I'm a German lady, but I live in France for 50 years now. And my profession, so I'm French and German, and my profession is publisher for European fiction and philosophy. And in my long publishing life, I also published uh, books with the Dalai Lama, with the Tibetan uh, sutras and instructions, and because I have a Tibetan son adopted, and my heart is already had already been shared between the East world and the West world. I'm also a writer, and I wrote 5 books, fiction, about death and love, and one about the appointment between the world of Buddhists in India and in Tibet and our Christian world here. I already came for years and for years to the Indian country, South India, and I practiced yoga for many years before I met Gilbert in 2005, I think. I was 60, and now, oh, I was 60, now I'm 75, in the Kailash Hotel in Pondicherry. So it was a very good meeting from the beginning, and it starts very good, and it's still very good. The body change. I was very fit when I was 60 years old. So Gilbert pushed my body in the very good way. And perhaps the more performant was that we made partner yoga. It was a strong way to move the body, but it was very beautiful to see and to do it. And after I lived in India, I remember that in Pondicherry there is once a year is a yoga world yoga meeting, no, something like this in January. And for my 60 years, I was I think a good example for what a woman from 60 years can do in the performance. And Gilbert invited me to show to the international jury what I can do, but I was too shy to do it, so we didn't do it. But it was nice. After I had my own house, and he came in my own house, and what was for me very beautiful, it was so important that to keep the body in a good form and health, but also to invite the mind and the spirit, because I'm publisher and writer, so I read very much, and I already know the text of Patanjali, the yoga tree with the 8 branches, arms. And for me, it was important. It was already the Greek people said this, Greek philosopher, that a healthy mind is in a healthy body. No? And the studying the 8 yoga arms, for me it was a physical and uh, a moral or ethic engagement. Because the first is be clean and for yourself. The second, have the compassion for the other people, no? Have a good behavior in the society. And after the asanas and pranayama, and what is the most difficult um, for Western people is the eighth, the last branch, no? Because it is devotion. And for Indian people, devotion is the easiest one. Devotion is very simple in India. And for us, we are rational people. The devotion is like religion, no? So we are uh, for us. It is not. It's a kind of a loss of the individual proud, no, to be devoted. No? And it's not at all like this in India, no. So here now in our countries, many people make have yoga lessons and so on, but the asanas, no, and pranayama perhaps, but meditation, concentration, meditation, and devotion, it's not so often in our countries. And Gilbert, for me, it was perfect because when we have our lesson, we make a prayer on the beginning. I think it's very good to be grateful to the gods, and then we have our lesson, and we have our lesson starting with pranayama, and after with meditation, and it changed from lesson to lesson. But he always had a new idea to guide me, close the eyes and go near to the sea and look to the flowers, and it's working very good. Um, so this is, I think, it's a therapeutical way for the body and it's a spiritual way together. And with the years and the years, every time he adapted when I'm a little bit weak and I have problems with my eyes, and so it's my therapy. He put up his mind and he tried to find in all the directions, mixing other yogas and other body training to make it together for my special person. Now we have in our countries also so many lessons for meditation. No? But what I thought about the 8 branches of meditation is one of the last. No, and I think it's impossible to, because the people think you put your legs like this and the arms like this. You close the eyes and meditation is coming. It is very difficult to meditate, and I think it's necessary to step by step, but that the body must be very a little bit exhausted, tired, and the pranamaya must be perfect. You must prepare your body to make the mind calm, and it's not so easy as the people told about sometimes. No, it's not easy with meditation because for in our society, we people are they hurry up all the time. No, they are confused by so many informations and so on. To keep the mind calm and to be concentrated becomes very, very difficult more and more. No? We have the example of the children's with the telephone and with the iPad. And so they becomes more and more. It becomes more and more impossible for them to concentrate to one thing. No? So meditation is you must be very concentrated, uh, and but there are different kinds. Sometimes with Gilbert, we we make it with a visualization, no? Then we fix a point, and we are concentrated to this point, and Gilbert tell a story, and so the point can move, and we can walking with our mind in another place than the place here with the third eye. We can see things that we cannot see with our eyes, and so it's very important to keep the mind clear and calm, and this is for the meditation very, very important. My first teaching of yoga was Iyengar. And Iyengar, the asanas are very slowly, and we stay for a long time in the same posture. And we learned that when we make a special pranayama in a special posture, in the beginning the posture was difficult, but with the breathing, the muscles becomes longer, and even difficult postures with the pranayama we are able to perform. And with Gilbert, the rhythm and the movement of the lesson change. Sometimes we stay, and when I must stay, when I in my inner way, in my inner perception, I would like to stay longer in a position. Gilbert feel it, and I can stay longer. But there is always a logical way to come out one posture, asana, and to go to the another one. So we start always avec asanas post on the earth, no? And we move, we go a little bit away from the earth. So and on the end, we are we stay up, no? And this is the last and the good way to when the body was for a long time in a low position to come to get up and to make the warrior or the kind of to make the energy. When he arrived, he have a look, and immediately he understand if I'm well, if I'm glad, if I'm glad or sad, and if I have some health problem. He see it immediately, and he have so another look on me than all the other people, no, because he's my yoga teacher. So he is very kind. It's normal, no? A yoga teacher must be kind. But it was important that his inner calm, he give it to you, so you become calm also. Is this and yes, well, I like him. Huh?